still holding out hope that it might be a K20A2. And so
I'm not.
Just try to clean that bit of the engine.
Come with the grinder. In the last video with the Civic, we left off with not knowing exactly why we had no power. Since that video, we have done lots of this. First of all,
lots of guesswork.
Lots of guesswork. So we found that there was no knock sensor in the car. So we bought a knock sensor. And then we realised there was no wiring for the knock sensor. So we took the wiring loom out. We found the wire which had been, what it looked like has been pulled off. Not purposely, it was like just so far down the wiring loom, it's been snapped. So we wired in a new knock sensor. So we had all the manifold off, all the throttle body off. We thought that was going to be it. We took it for a drive. Well, Neil took it for a drive, and it wasn't it.
No, it still feels strangled.
It still feels slow.
I don't know why.
So we took the throttle body off, cleaned the throttle body.
Yep.
There is apparently a VTEC solenoid at the back of the engine which we've took off and cleaned.
Yep.
But it all looked fine.
A lot of dirt came out. A lot of black came out.
So then we fired it up after we put the knock sensor in, and it was throwing up a code straight away. But because we've got the Honda ECU, normal OBD code wasn't reading the code. So now we have the laptop and we have this software on there, and we're going to put it in and read that code. Hopefully the code is going to tell us what's finally wrong. It currently looks like this now because we thought it'd be a good idea just to pull the rock cover off and paint it. Oh yeah, we need to redo the valve clearances. Apparently, how long do they have to get done? How often?
Google says about 60,000 miles. So
okay.
We don't know when it was done last.
Yeah.
It's a bit tappety, a bit noisy, so I think it might be well overdue.
So at the minute we've got the throttle body off. We put a new starter motor on there. So you remember in the episode as well, it wasn't starting at the start of the video, and the starter motor was knackered. Found some evils. There's lots of bolts missing, and it's not had a nice life.
No, part of me thinks it's had like 3 engines. This is its 3rd engine or something, because none of it matches up.
There was a severe worry that it wasn't a K20 at one point.
Yeah, I thought we bought a Type R replica.
Yeah, it was a worry. Everything's been off, and we just can't find the issue with it.
My bet is O2 sensor.
O2 sensor.
That's what. If this comes up with that, maybe your pressure switch, possibly.
It was our ECU thing.
Our ECU's in the glove box.
So we have got this K-Pro here. We're just hoping that there's a cable down there. So we're praying that we plug this in and it just tells us what's wrong.
With K-Pro, you can read all the fault codes on it. So hopefully, just turn on the ECU ignition without starting it.
Yeah, because the
otherwise we've got to put it all back together again before we can find out the fault code. If it is the O2 sensor, that's the result, because then that's what I think it is.
So apparently when it's not a Honda O2 sensor for a K20, it doesn't run properly, does it?
What I've seen, some of the cheaper ones don't always the best, so you probably want to put a genuine Honda one in it or something decent. I don't even know what's in it.
Yeah, so we're just totally guessing everything at the minute. Absolutely guessing everything.
Press F10 for dialogue.
So, just to clarify, Adam is not a mapper. we have no idea what we're looking at. He's just downloaded this software 10 minutes ago.
I've just pressed F10 and we've got idle control valve, air control valve, sorry.
Fault codes?
Circuit malfunction.
Oh, that's because they're unplugged.
And IAT sensor voltage.
They're all unplugged.
That's the only error codes we've got on there at the moment.
Idle, have we got any history ones, or how do we know?
Apparently it stores them when you turn the key off and take the key out of the car. It stores them. I don't know.
Okay, IAT sensor high voltage. That's just convenient because we've got the throttle body unplugged and they're all throttle body codes. Right, I think we have some bad news with the Civic. There was a severe there was a joke around the office that there's not a K20 engine in there.
It's K20.
It's a K20. It's a K series 2 litre, but it's the one without VTEC.
We think someone has swapped the K20A2, which is the EP3 UK engine, with a 2 litre from a Honda CRV.
Yeah,
because they look pretty similar.
They look exactly the same.
And we found some damning evidence when we've looked deeper into this.
So we'll show you now. So this one was like, we've done everything. It has to be the right engine, right? So I was like, we'll just go and just, you know, knock it out the park that it's the wrong engine. And I'll try and show you on camera, but if not, I'll put a picture. You see that shiny little bit of surface? You see that there? That's something. It's definitely had a grinder on it. That's the engine code, and you can see K20A, which is good. And if we come down a little bit, you can see where someone's focused the grinder on the letter next to the A. Now I've took a picture and I put it on Lightroom, and I've enhanced the shadows and I've edited the picture, and it's 100% a 4, which comes out with what?
Honda CRV.
A Honda CRV.
So that
2000.
would explain why it's got 148 horsepower.
Yeah, because they have 150 horsepower. It would explain why it doesn't feel like it's coming on VTEC.
Yep. When it comes on VTEC, it feels like you're towing a caravan. It's bogging down, hasn't got any power. So this person, we bought the car from. We bought it from Copart. It's always a risk.
Yep. Cat U. It was.
Cat U. So you don't know what's wrong with it. And this person's put the K20 A4 in it.
Yeah.
And connected it all up. It ran. No warning lights on the dashboard, apart from the one for the exhaust, because when we bought it, it had no exhaust manifold. So what looked to be a bargain, uncategorised car, turned out to be a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, we've always heard bad things about buying Cat U cars from Copart, but I think we've learnt the hard way now.
The bodywork's good.
The bodywork's good, and it's cosmic grey still.
Yep.
And it's original cosmic grey.
It looks. The rest of it's good coilovers. Brakes are okay. Needs the interior put it back together properly. Now it needs a new engine.
We need a new engine. It's simple as that, really. And we can't find any anywhere. There's like 2 for sale, and like the whole of Marketplace and eBay, and they're not cheap. They're like $1,000 for the engine. So I think we're gonna do a driveway or a car park.
Office boys do an engine swap.
Office. We're gonna swap the engine.
I'm still holding out hope that it might be a K20A2. And
I'm
just try to clean that bit of the engine.
Come with the grinder.
With the grinder. The exhaust not being connected. The 148 horsepower on the dyno. The fact that it won't go into VTEC properly. The fact it doesn't like revving beyond 5,000 RPM really probably screams that it's an engine from a people carrier.
But they've gone through the effort of putting
the black dipstick.
The black dipstick. What else?
This looks like this got this PRB on here. That's what comes on EP3. So I'm sure it says PRB on EP3. So I think someone's put the EP3 inlet manifold.
Yeah.
And this on it, and tried to make it look like it's got a K20A2 in it. And then realistically, until you drive it, you wouldn't know. And even driving it below VTEC, they feel the same.
You would have never have known. And it's been that perfect that people have been saying maybe it's not the right engine. We've all just gone, nah, no one's gonna go through that much hassle. So someone's gone through that much hassle.
Hats off to the guy.
Yeah, I mean, fair play. So we've been doing some more things to it today. We've been attempting to put the interior back in, but we've got lots of things are missing. We've cleaned up a little bit of surface rust and rust treated it, and we're going to under seal it now and stuff. We're just going to make it a bit nicer, but ideally I think we've found an engine in Plymouth. It's expensive. I think we're going to go and pick that up, and then over the next couple of weeks or so we're going to take this engine out, which shouldn't be too big of a deal.
In the Greenlight car park. The Greenlight guys are going to do it. We're going to do it all ourselves.
Yep, we're going to do it all ourselves. I don't think it'd be too much hassle, because I've already had the front end off, so I know the front end comes off, which will be a lot easier trying to lift it up and out. Because there's this here and then there's a bash bar a bit further down, and it'll be fun content. It's just annoying that every single thing has been changed, because we're a new gearbox, all new suspension, gonna have a new engine, we need to redo all the brakes because it's had everything. So the only thing that's true to this car to what it came is the reg
and the misty headlights.
It's not a good time, is it? It's a bit low.
Yeah, I mean, I've bought some wrong cars in the past, but this is up there.
Yeah, don't buy. I would recommend not to buy Cat U from Copart, everyone. That means that someone has sold it privately to Copart, and you've got to be asking, why didn't they just sell it privately to a person? Well, here we are.
But we got it for a cheap price.
It was cheap.
So if we get the engine in it for £1,000 engine and fit it ourselves, we're not going to lose money, I don't think, on the car.
No.
No. I think we'll be about breaking even.
Yeah. What do we get? Two grand?
2,000 for the car, yeah.
Yeah. And We Buy Any Car are offering like over 4 grand for it. So
and
yeah.
They didn't ask. Has it got a K20 A4 or an A2? They'll take it like it is.
If you see this on We Buy Any Car, don't buy it. Don't buy it.